All right, just a quick intro here. So, one, my wife's not home, so I can talk in my normal voice instead of my hushed professional voice. And obviously, it's been a long time since I put a video up. I've made a lot of progress, but not as much as I want. The last time I was making videos like this, it was too hot to work in the garage, and then we had a cold spell. And I've been fishing and vacationing and had some home improvement. So uh, this is a long term project, So I'm not going to be done right away. I've gotten a lot done, and I'm gonna start with this picture here that I have, which is kind of what I thought was a major accomplishment, and then I'll take some more pictures and make another one of these videos hopefully today, where I'll show you the frame and the body are separated. I've had some parts sandblasted, so definitely moving forward. But now we're getting into the kind of real work of what really has to be done. So now's the good stuff, but it's taking me some time because, like I said, the garage is 25 degrees. It's not that comfortable out there. So anyway, let me show you a couple of videos from what I've kind of put down, a couple of videos from what I've gotten done, and then I'll see if I can find some more. So anyway. Okay, this panel here is going to come off with one here, 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 and finally right here. And I'm going to take that off right now. Now, I haven't been doing a lot of grinding. The temperatures have been in the mid 100, like 105 to 110. It's going to be brutally hot today, so way too hot to be outside for long. But I just got the right fender off, and I want to grind off this a little bit because I'm wondering, there's a chance I may not even need to patch this fender, and that would be happy times. So we shall see. I'll definitely be patching that at some point in the very near future. These are the goodies left over from the right fender removal. And at least two of these things belong there. This is the antenna cable. Since deleted, there's no antenna space on the fender. And this is the actual door spring, also distressed. We'll get new ones of those. And this is a pine cone. Right. These are the front support braces. They go in front of the front bulkhead that holds the radiator. They are going to go in the box. I've got some hardware for them. I think the thing to note here is that they were blue at one time, which I find to be interesting. Blue is, I think, the fourth or fifth color I found on this car. So this car has had many lives before now. Going to start some rear hardware pieces are going to start showing up now. This is the rear wiring harness to the taillights. Again, pretty obvious how this goes in. Old cars are so simple. Okay, these are the taillight housings here. Both of them actually feel like they're new. I found some kind of aquamarine blue on them, so I think they were actually from another car, maybe that had been restored. But you'll notice that the chrome work on these is pretty distressed. Now, it's my intention to black this out. It's not going to go back as chrome anyway, so I've got to figure out if this can be saved or not. But the taillight assemblies themselves are in good shape, as are the taillights, so there's something I won't have to buy. Hooray. Rear bumper reverse lenses. Obviously one is very broken. Probably just get a set of them. They'll be nicer anyway. The housings are very rusted, just like the front. The front turn signal indicators were bad as well. So probably replace all of that stuff. Okay, this is the rear trim from the Chevelle. It has, one of these is in pretty bad shape. It's got this big smushed part. Now again, as I've said, it's my desire to black these out anyway. So I'm going to keep them, but paint them. Even so, I can't determine. I probably will have to replace that. It'll be difficult to pound that out, I suspect. Although I may give it a try. And then these are the fasteners that hold it in. Kind of an interesting little
the little kit here. Let me show you on this one here. Spring loaded, and they just pop right out. And some of them are broken, and they're not all here, but you know what else is new. Okay, this part here goes underneath the trim, or underneath the grill on the front of the Chevelle, and this part right here actually sits underneath the bumper, completely out of sight, which is why all that little stuff on the front there is really no problem. Even the color of this, I'm not even sure how much of this is going to be visible when the car's all together. I think, just get by with painting this, you know, cleaning it, treating it, painting it black, and being done with it. I don't even think this needs to go to the paint shop or anything else. So, last of the front end panels, I think. I don't know how these go on and off today. I don't even know if they make manual window actuators, window roll-ups. But in the olden days, there was a little spring clip behind the reel right here, and this little plastic piece actually aids you in getting them off because it prevents you from damaging the material behind it and getting at that spring clip. I'm not going to record me trying to get that spring clip off. They're on both of them, and it's probably going to suck getting them off, I imagine. And that is what I am going to do now. It didn't even take me 10 minutes. This one here feels really good. The mechanism feels okay. This one is loose in its housings, so I'm going to have to look closely at that. I don't have them off all the way. I'm just making a note. Those clips are fun. A couple of quick notes here. I think that might be the actual emerald green that the interior came in. I may not need to replace this part, and I may replace it anyway. I'll certainly be keeping it until I know where it's going. You might imagine I'm not keeping the dice door locks. Not happening, folks, I know. Popular, but not for me. Okay, I don't know exactly how the glass comes out, so this will be a bit of an adventure, and I'm down for it. So we're going to remove the window spindle up top there, the crank hardware, the door hardware. We're going to move all the hardware, and then we're going to set the door on a bench, and we're going to work on it too. So it's all coming apart tonight. Okay, this is the driver's side door of my 1968 Chevelle. Contrary to what I saw online, I did not leave the parts in it. Now I'm going to take some close-up pictures of where the bolts were aligned for the various parts. But this door needs a lot of work, and I may take it to the sandblaster to have it sandblasted. But in the meantime, just put a little work on it and see how bad it is. I didn't realize that there was even a hole here, but I think this is out of the way enough that it can be patched, I'm hoping. And I'll show you the internals of the door later. They're in rough shape. I think pretty much every part of this door, but this door here, will need to be replaced. A couple other quick notes here. You can see, can't imagine just a random hole there. This door has these little, there's been work done right here, by the way, poorly, as always. And then these little guys here, I believe, are for a trim piece that went down here. So I'll get the cutting wheel and cut those off, and then finish them and then fill these holes. And hopefully, with a little bit of effort, we can get this door back to serviceable. We shall see. Okay, here we are again. I just cleaned up this one little spot here, and you can see what I'm up against here. I'm actually going to have to cut that out and then put a patch in there. That's going to be very difficult. As you can see, Bondo over rust. No, that's just Bondo over rust. They cleaned it up a bit, but they didn't encapsulate it. They didn't do anything. They just put Bondo over it, and it bubbled up right away. And they didn't clean up the backside, so that's for me to do. Okay, so this is a review of the parts of the driver's side door. I was gonna try and salvage some of this stuff, but as I've looked at it, it really all looks to be in really terrible condition. I'll show you an example. Obviously you can see the rust. You're supposed to be able to remove the window by removing these two screws, and these two screws are permanently bonded to this backing plate here. It's not coming out. Here you can see the kind of condition that some of the rollers are in. Not good. That one is frozen solid and that one is delaminated and destroyed. So not great, not great. The door handle was janky and loose. You can kind of see in the back there. So there's a lot obviously to do here. I guess one positive note, if you'll remember when I said that I believed I had a white interior, or a white car with a teal interior, and here you can see clearly, and even showing through the spray paint that they spray painted on this, the teal is coming through. It's not going to be teal when it's done, but you know, and also there's white on the bolts. So I got something right. A lot of work to do here. Again, I'm going to put these in a bag and come back to this all later, but little depressed about the condition of these parts in here. Pretty bad. So the MO here is you're supposed to remove this screw, and there's another one on the other side that actually did come out. The problem is, if this screw is rusted in place, there's no way to get the window out without basically taking the whole window regulator apart, which I'm about to do.